Namaste, everyone. Thanks for tuning in. I'm Jeni Ji. Now, I am going live right now to give you guys some insights from the spirit world with what is your spooky message, your spooky Halloween message just for you. Now, the only way that you are going to be able to get some information from spirit, ask me a question. So asking me a question, I need to know what's your first name and what is your zodiac sign. If you're like an Aries or a Taurus or like a Capricorn or whatever you are, let me know. However, now this energy right now is very powerful. This Halloween energy is very, very powerful. It can be kind of a little unsettling day, I must say. However, we are embracing this new moon in Scorpio on the 1st of November. So, for those of you who are sensitive or more in tune, you will be feeling this energy right now, currently. And I talk about everyday events, what you could expect, what's going on in my weekly Cosmic Vibes videos right here on YouTube. So, in order to get these notifications when I'm going live and watch these videos and so on, is to subscribe to my channel, for goodness sakes. Like the videos, make some comments, let me know what you guys are doing and how everything is going for you. So now, I want to first talk a little bit about November, just a few just different dates for you guys to really pay attention to. November 1st, that's the super new moon in Scorpio. Now, this energy here is very transformational. You're going to be facing some fears. You're going to be facing what's really uncomfortable. You might find that, you know what, my relationship isn't working with my person. It could be a job, it could be a business, it could be a living arrangement, anything like that, because spirit has been showing you for quite some time of, you know what, this is really restricting me. I can't be in this environment anymore. I can't be at this job. I can't be in this relationship anymore. Like whatever it is, right? Like you guys will specifically know what area that comes to for you. So really pay attention for this because this is a real big transformation. Like Scorpio is all about death and transformation and rebirth. So you can really utilize this. And it's really important, as I've mentioned even before, to really pay attention to this time and don't take anybody for granted because especially during new moons, there's a lot more passings going on. Like you might find that all of a sudden, you're like your animal's not well, or maybe, like one of your, like loved ones or friends or so on and so on. Really pay attention to that because new moons is the time, when there's more passings, and just rest assured that even during new moons, when somebody is passing, it's a lot easier of a transition, without going into lots of details why, right? I mean, people pass, and all, no problem, However, the new moon is a more energy time. So if there are anyone who you guys have concerns about, please, reach out to that person, go see them. If you get that call, you get that pulling, listen to that inner voice because you're going to be more in tune. You're going to just feel, I should make that call or I should make these changes. And make sure that you write down what your intentions are. The new moon, put your crystals outside, put them on the window ledge, let that energy of the moon revitalize that. Like I love wearing my crystals on my body. I have crystals around my house and so on. That's just myself. I have to have crystals because I have to be grounded, because I meditate a lot throughout the day and I can very easily leave my body and go into the astral world and spirit world and all of those things. So make sure that you guys are doing that. Okay. And really be very specific and detailed with what you really want to manifest. Very, very, very important. You're going to find that you're going to be getting some confirmations as well this week of just how far you've come. Like I'm waiting on a phone call at any second now. I mean, I have my phone turned off right now because it's a brand new direction for me to go in. So if this is the direction that I'm supposed to be going in, then Spirit's going to allow that to happen. So it's something I've been working on for a little while, and we'll just see what happens. You're going to see that, especially when you really, really look back onto where you were, even this entire year, but even reflect back to June. Where are you guys now? Like what is happening now? What's like changed? What did you change? Because if you're not changing certain things in your life that Spirit has brought forth for you, red flags, it's time for endings, it's time to move on, it's time to end this, and it's also time to start this. So if you've been doing that work within and really paying attention, you are going to see those results right now, like literally right now. Like this week specifically, that's why I do my weekly Cosmic Vibes videos, because it tells you every single day how to utilize this energy. I work with energy every single day, and I'm like, I heard this in my mind the other day when I was driving, and I'm like, okay, I'm just going to send an email off, surrendered it. And then I went in the store and I came back out and I'm like, oh my God, I got an answer right away. And they're like, yes, Jeni, it's the right time. So, it's really important to really pay attention to that inner voice, because you're going to find, as I just said, you're more in tune. However, now listen up, you guys. November 1st to the 11th, these are huge portal days. Like these portal days from the 1st of November till the 11th is huge, huge. It's the highest vibrational frequency of the portals for this entire year. And funny enough, this opportunity that I just talked about, November the 1st is when it starts, and November the 11th is when it ends. Right? So it's all about taking advantage of every single day. Do it, you guys, seriously. Like you're going to find that, maybe you've been working towards certain goals. Maybe, it's like, wow, I want to make this happen and I want this to happen. Or I've been working like 24 hours a day to do this and do that. You're going to seriously see that this week. So this energy is off the charts. Like totally, totally take advantage on manifesting things. Be very specific, be very detailed with what you want. And you have to be at that right frequency to boom, 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 make it happen. I will and I am are very, very powerful mantras that go way back into the Vedic energy thousands of years ago, and they work. I will pass this test. I will move. I am powerful. I am all of those things. Seriously, start writing it down. Start writing it down, because you want to attract, and be very specific and careful what you want to attract. We can attract whatever we want, and if you attract something that you're like, oh my God, that's just not what I wanted. Take a look at everything involved. And then you have to say, oh my gosh, I wanted this and I wanted that. Well, did you write that down? Did you write it down that you specifically want this? You specifically want that. So I also want you guys to circle the 3rd of November, the 3rd of November without freaking you guys out. Okay. The 3rd of November is a very karmic day. which means that there could be a lot more violence. There could be a lot of loss that day. There could be deaths that day. There could be a lot truth exposed. Well, we've all seen more and truth coming out, more and more and more and more and more deceitful people, people who aren't honest, a lot of cover-ups. Take a look at what's been exposed in the world with the truth and so on and so on. I've been talking about that in my Cosmic Vibes videos and my predictions and so on that. And a lot of it's happened already and is currently happening and so on. So this is really, really important to say, okay, I can see this happening. I can see that. So I'm not going to do that today. And I'm not going to, that's why I do these Cosmic Vibes videos. So when you utilize these energies, be careful. Be very careful. Maybe some of you are, going to go for a long drive and all of a sudden the weather drastically changes. Be really, really careful. And I actually know somebody who's going to be doing quite a dangerous drive on the 3rd. And I'm like, what day are you going? And he's like, the 3rd. And I'm like, the 3rd? I'm like, I didn't want to freak him out, but let's just put it this way. I'm sending my angelic team to wrap around him so he can go on his journey, because it's literally a 2-day long road trip for him. So just be really careful, you guys, being more in awareness, and really pay attention to what your intuition is especially telling you. If something tells you, don't do that today, or don't, do this or that, really pay attention. You might not understand the reason why. It's like whenever I was driving and I'm like, I just heard this voice come in my head and tell me to send this person a message, which I haven't talked to in a long time. And I did. And all of a sudden, boom, yes, Jeni. And I'm like, so we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. I'm not going to announce that yet, until everything's confirmed. And but that's another story. You'll have to tune into my Cosmic Vibes videos. Now we have the 15th coming up here for the full moon in Taurus. Taurus is all about like earthing energy, wanting to be grounded, wanting that financial stability, and full moons, of course, new moons in different times, it can kind of leave us off balance. Sleep is off. You're going to want to accept change more. We can fight and fight. The only thing you have any control over is yourself, nothing else, nobody else. And there's certain things that, of course, we don't have any control over, like the government, let's say. Don't get me started on that. So certain things we have to accept. We don't have to agree with it, or certain things. And certain things I don't agree with, I walk away from myself. Depends what it is, of course. And you're especially going to know your worth more. And even this past few days and today, actually, you're even going to know your worth more. Today can be a little challenging, as I mentioned, right? The 30th, tomorrow, can be a little bit more challenging and unsettling as well. And towards the end of today, things might kind of get a little bit lighter as well for you. So it could be a lot more emotional. How many of you guys have lost sleep? I get an average about 3 hours sleep a night myself, right? So if you guys follow me on Instagram, Jeni Ji Cousins, you'll see the posts I put up about the coffee and stuff, right? Like, it's not a lie, right? Like, I'm like, oh, where's my cappuccino now, right? So you're also going to see, as I mentioned before, there's a lot of, technology advancements coming out, even more and more and more. Be very careful. Of course, there's like iPhones and a lot of new things coming out and everything like that. You are watched. Bottom line, you are watched. So always be careful with the communication you're sending and saying. But one of the really nice things is you're really going to be a lot more compassionate towards other people. Like, have you started to even know now, and seeing that, your heart is open a lot more with more understanding and more compassion towards other people in their situations. You always have to show yourself compassion and love, of course, to your own self. That's really, really important. Like, stop being so hard on yourself. I'm always hard on myself. I'm like, Jeni, why did you do that? Why? But that's just myself. But always work through it and see where you're at. You're gonna find that you're gonna have even more meaningful like conversation with other people with your heart open. You should always speak your truth with integrity from your heart, always. Because if you don't, it goes right back on you. You want other people to be honest with you and so on, be honest with them, and so on and so on and so on, right? Law of attraction that goes around. There's a lot of karmic events happening right now. So you got to be really careful with what energy you're sending out because it will come back. It will come back. And it's also important to really watch your health. I've talked about that this year from day one. It's a universal 8 year, which is all about you and manifesting thing, making more soul connections, meeting more of your soul tribe, letting go of certain people that you just don't resonate with anymore. If it's jobs, if it's like even family or friends or your relationships, like your relationships can be anybody you're connected with, bottom line, it could be your neighbor, right? So you have been letting go of that and releasing this as well. So you're going to find that coming up here, especially November and on, you're going to be balancing things more, especially your finances. So it's looking at reality, looking at what your budget is. It's like, you know what, that's my reality. I'm not going to go over what all of these things because, oh my God, it's looking at reality. Things are getting more balanced together, and you can utilize this energy right now to really make things move forward in quantum leaps and bounds. Hence, how you are working through this. So we have Thanksgiving coming up for everybody in the US on the 28th of November. So, how many of you guys are doing Thanksgiving? Like we had Thanksgiving here in October in Canada. I haven't spent any Thanksgivings with anybody for many years. Myself, I'm always working or by myself, doing whatever, right? So Thanksgiving works, in different ways. It's a time of being grateful and thankful for things. I mean, I'm like very grateful for the smallest things in my life, like even to chat with you guys and do readings and everything like that. The littlest things I'm always truly grateful for, always. The more you're grateful of, the easier life will be for you. Well, I want that brand new $100,000 vehicle. Really? Or maybe you could have a car that works, that gets you around, that's reliable, right? Isn't that the main point? So I'm just using that as an example. So we have these delays coming up here. You're going to see that pre-shadow ugliness, as I call it, that pre-Mercury retrograde coming in. Oh dear God, that's going to be around the 19th or so, or the 20th. And that time, the pre-shadow of Mercury retrograde can be harder than the actual retrograde that's coming in December, right? That's why I'm trying to get a lot of things done right now and out of the way before that shadow of Mercury retrograde comes in. Oh my gosh, don't even get me started, right? So this is where we're going for this month, you guys. And if you want to find out, seriously, like what's going to happen every single day with the energy, how to utilize it, how to manifest, what days not to do this, and so on and so on, subscribe to my YouTube channel. Check out my weekly Cosmic Vibes videos because you are going to see every single day how to utilize this energy and so on to the fullest. Like, believe me, even where I am right now and where I look back to the beginning of January, I had no idea like how far I've really come with certain things because I'm always working and working and working. And then I'm like, wait, I have to have this for this and this and that. And I'm like, oh my gosh, I've actually worked on this and this and that. And I didn't realize it, right? So it's really important to set up long-term goals and short goals with things. Like I have, a few long-term goals myself, and I always have these short-term goals as well. So it's really important to add on details, be really specific, get that going and on and on and on. And make sure you keep, your ideas to yourself. Like even what I'm doing right now, nobody knows about it. I learned that the hard way, to keep my mouth shut. What are you working on, Jeni? Just things. What are you working on? Projects? Like what? I'm just working. Change the subject. Move on. So you guys go in your own comfort zone completely and utterly. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start doing some spooky Halloween clairvoyant readings. And what I want you guys to do is, like, if I miss your question or something, ask me again, right? But I need to know, what is your first name only, and what zodiac sign for you? So if your name was Bob, right, and you were Aquarius, say, hi, Jeni, I'm Bob, I'm an Aquarius, and ask me a specific question. Don't ask, so what do you see? Don't do that. Don't do that. Ask me a specific question and I will give you a specific answer. So I never know what messages are going to come through here from the spirit world. You see my little witch hat, right? You know, I don't know. I never know what messages come through. I'm a clairvoyant. So, so let's start off some questions here. Let me kind of scroll back. And if I pronounce your name wrong, I'm sorry. Tinita, I would love a message from boyfriend or dad in spirit. All right. Tinita, I don't know if I'm pronouncing your name wrong. If not, I'm really, really sorry. Um, I just heard like literally highlighted for you. You need to start believing in yourself more. Like huge, huge highlights. Actually, you need to start believing in yourself more. You already know what's not working. And I don't know why I'm seeing this for some reason. If you don't resonate with this, just write it down. I'm literally, okay, that might make sense. I'm literally seeing a merry-go-round. Do you know what a merry-go-round is? Merry-go-round is like if you're at a carnival or a fair or something, and then they have the horses that go up and down and you're riding them. It's something to do with your inner child, right? I mean, I would go on the merry-go-round even at my age, and I'm old. I'm not young, believe me, right? So it's have more fun with your inner child. You need to stop worrying as much. You need to start writing down things that you used to like doing. You need to start embracing your inner child as you're healing, and will continue on healing, by the way, until the end of this year. So when you are having those tears and sadness, really embrace that and let go. Even hold on to a pillow. I'm seeing somebody actually giving you a hug as well. But I keep hearing for you that you really need to have fun, like whatever it is that makes you fun. Really look back into like even childhood. What did you used to do? Like build sandcastles or go to the beach, or like what, you know what I mean, right? Like whatever it is. But I saw that merry-go-round. Like I didn't know if you were going to go to Disneyland or somewhere like a fair or something, but I keep seeing that. So you really need to do that. Really, really need to do that. I just heard something else too, but I don't know if this is for you. Um, I'm gonna say it. So something to do with ski hill. Something to like ski hill could be a name of something, or maybe some of you are going skiing or skiing to the ski hill, but I'm literally being shown like a smaller town, like a cute, like a smaller town. So anyways, I hope that helped. Like I said, I never know what messages are going to come through. Jazzy Dreamer. I love that name. What's coming in for love? What sign are you, Jazzy? And are you like single or married or in a relationship? What's your first name as well? So you guys, again, just to let you know, what is your zodiac sign? Like, are you a Leo, Aquarius, Gemini, like whatever? What is your first name only? And ask me like a specific question. So Jazzy, please rewrite that. Um, Elixir of Life Medical Intuitive Healer. Heather. Sun, Cancer, Rising, Gemini. Hello, Jeni, and all. Thank you for this. Okay. Actually right away, Heather, I am hearing, especially December for some reason, December, January, February, being circled, to really embrace your creativity side. You hold a lot of talents. We can all do certain things that we're passionate about and like and doing as hobbies, and sometimes these hobbies really can open up new doors for you with new opportunities. Like I'm seeing a lot of success coming your way. I'm hearing a lot of money is coming your way. You need to take time out for you. You need to start setting boundaries. You have a really big heart, but there's certain people around you that can be very toxic. Start reviewing these people's. I'm hearing nature. I'm especially seeing you in nature doing something. Whenever we go in nature, it's a really good way to get grounded. I mean, especially as I mentioned, that full moon that's coming up on the 15th, it's like that energy of Taurus, a full moon in Taurus. Taurus is all about being grounded, like the earth sound and such like that. So I don't know, if you're going away that day, or you might get pulled to go for a walk in nature, go for a hike, or maybe you're going to plan for a trip to get away. Whatever you're doing, get outside, like away from the noise of the city. Go for a walk in nature, get in touch with nature, because it's almost like I'm hearing for you. When you do get in touch with nature, that's when the magic begins for you. And there's also springtime, I'm hearing circle for you as well. Spring 2025. I don't know like where you're located or anything. So springtime, I'm going to say between March and May, between March and May, more so April, May is what I'm hearing. It's like a new door again is opening up for you. And I'm literally seeing, like, I'm hearing overseas, I'm hearing long distance travels coming in. So this new opportunity coming in for you, even towards the end of December, it's almost like career opportunities. New doors are opening up for you for expansion. Is what I'm hearing for you. So really, really pay attention to that, and just be really careful of, like I'm saying, like just certain people around you. Like I keep a lot of things to myself, a lot. I observe a lot. I know when somebody's not being honest and all of these things with me, and I just sit back and like, okay, and then I go and do things a little differently, right? So it's really important to really kind of pay attention to that. Like I'm not surprised you have this medical energy around you. You do go back in other lifetimes being a nurse, is what I'm hearing. Like even like palliative care, hospital care, all of that. Very compassionate. Leadership. Tainita again. Okay, we just talked about that. A message for spirit. Jazzy Dreamer. Francesca. Thank you for, oh, I love that name, Francesca. I always have for some reason. Thank you. Sagittarius. Okay, what's coming in for love? Okay, so Francisca, what I want you to do is to not rush with love. Don't. There's been a lot of different energies around you, of course, that have come and gone and such like that. And I also hear there's somebody that, if it's somebody from the past or something, even let's say if you are in a relationship right now, just as an example, there's somebody from your past that's thinking about you, and they might very well reconnect with you in December. And I'm literally seeing like travels coming up for you with love. Whenever, I'm getting a little bit. I'm getting a lot of information coming out here, so I'm just trying to kind of narrow it down. I'm not going to go too personal because we're live here, of course, right? So I do hold back on purpose. Um, but I'm literally around you, by the way, being shown like the cliffs and the water, like if it's somewhere in Europe, it might not be Europe, but it's like there's the cliffs, there's the ocean below, and I'm literally seeing somebody standing beside you with darker features, like darker hair, olive skin, like loves to travel internationally. That will be coming around to you. I'm seeing a cruise as well. So travels and love is what I'm hearing for you, but just be really, really careful. Um, and don't push and rush anything because there's also somebody coming around you that pay attention to the red flags. It's like whenever you meet somebody, doesn't matter who it is, always pay attention to how it feels. Always pay attention to how you feel. If you're feeling very calm around somebody, they normally have the right intentions towards you. If you're feeling like, I got a kind of a nervous feeling or something's off, really pay attention to that as well, because they might not have the right intentions for you, because there are kind of energies and players around you. Like I'm seeing a ring on your finger too, by the way, coming, you know, from somebody. It's not like you're going to go out and buy yourself a ring. And that represents commitment. And very independent. You very talented as well. You are good money coming. So pay attention to your creative side as well. So I hope that helped out a little bit there. Oh, Gigi Cruz. Oh, aloha. Oh. You know how I am with my people in Hawaii, my ohana. Gigi Cruz. I love that name. Aloha, Jeni from Hawaii. Thanks for this. Is there any special message from my ancestors that will assist me where I am now? Yes, like hugely. You really need, you have these natural, like healing abilities in you. It's like if you literally, I don't know if anybody's told you this before, but if you literally put your hands up like that, like this, whenever we put our hands up like this, anybody can do this, you're going to feel that energy back and forth, right? We all have the abilities to heal and such like that when we tap into this. So I'm literally seeing your ability, medicine woman, I'm hearing right away for you. Medicine woman is very much around you. I'm seeing different feathers coming down for you. I'm also hearing you studying Kauai. Of course, Kauai, I love Kauai. But when I saw Kauai, what I am seeing, you might be on the Big Island or Maui or Oahu, but the reason I'm saying Kauai is because when I was there last time, there is this medicine man that walked right past me, and I have a photo of him in spirit, and he was wearing feathers. So I just saw that vision and heard that message as well from your ancestors. So, which tells me you have the power to help and heal people, especially like if I was going through hard times, like whatever it is, and I'm like, oh my God, like I don't know what to do, stressed out or whatever. If I came to see you, you would seriously be able to calm me down. And I would leave your place thinking, I actually feel so much better. So I'm seeing that you are going to start learning more. Really pay attention. The medicine energy is coming through again for you. I'm really paying attention to what natural healing modalities you get drawn to. Like there's essential oils, there's like Reiki, like there's so many different things. because you have this power to really make a difference with other people. You're going to get involved more with different people and such like that. I see a group around you that you're going to, like come across with online and get more involved with and such like that. But I see studying, I'm seeing you learning something. We literally can learn tons of stuff online. We don't have to pay for it, right? So this is what I keep hearing and hearing from yourself, and stop stressing out over the little things, over the little things. So you are healing, and stop pushing so fast. Stop trying to push things this fast too quickly. Things are coming together for you. And I'm also hearing March for some reason. I hope that gives a little bit of help your way and knowledge. So Jazzy Dreamer, November 25th. Okay, we just did that. What's coming up? Okay. Sudha is a Leo. Finances. Want to know where my financial condition will improve? Yes, your financial condition will improve, and you need to rest more. You need to stop stressing as much. You've lost sleep. You're worried. You're like, oh my God, and what is really, really important is take a look around you. Who is stopping you? Who is restricting you? How are you being restricted? Have you set short goals for yourself? Have you set long-term goals with yourself? Have you written specific details with what you want to change, with what you want to manifest in your life? Have you created a vision board? It's like, if you want to increase your finances, I do see that happening, yes. You have to start believing in yourself. Like, I'm 100% self-employed, 100%. I don't have anybody else to rely on. It's just myself. That's it, right? So every day I get up in the morning and I'm like, you know what? Even when I know gosh, I'm feeling these difficulties and challenges, like, oh, this day can be off, let's just say, right? I will be like, you know what, Spirit, it's going to be an awesome day. It's going to be an incredible day. Thank you for making my day be at ease. Thank you for opening up new doors for me that are best for my higher self and highest purpose. Set yourself with money goals every month. Like, it's the littlest things like this. That's why I do these cosmic vibes videos, because I tell you what days you can manifest more. So when you start going on that method, you will start to see a change. It's like, stop listening to everybody else telling you to do this and this and this and that, and start believing in yourself. We can get advice from someone, of course. However, it's really important that you listen to your own inner guru, your soul speak, your gut instinct. That's your soul guiding you. Because you also have different people around you that you have let go of. There's people around you that you're like, I just don't resonate with them anymore. There's different people around that you're like, gosh, why am I not being supported? It doesn't matter what anybody else thinks. It's irrelevant. You have to start walking your path and following your path with what resonates to you. You need to set boundaries with other people. You need to take a look at, okay, who's negative around me? Whose energy is dragging me down? Because there's people out there that might take you the wrong way. So when you start making even these little changes, it's those little changes where you're going to see your rewards. Your rewards. Like, I literally am seeing you creating something for yourself. Like, I'm hearing self-employment and such like that. If like your job situation with where your job is at, you might, if you are working, let's say, you might even want to, make changes with that. So Start making these things, because what we do on a day-to-day basis determines our future. I mean, I walk into the unknown all the time. People are like, how could you do that? Like, how could you live your life like that? Like, how do you know what's going to happen? That's just myself. I keep walking forward. I keep doing my thing. I surrender to spirit. My intentions are right. My intentions are pure, with integrity and so on. That's when new doors open up for you. So, it's just not all a bunch of mumble talk. It is real. Mantras are, I work with the Vedic energy, oh my God, I could go on with what's happened. So you guys, the 1st of November till the 11th of November are huge, huge manifesting days, whatever it is you're looking for. We also have that new moon in Scorpio, which is hugely powerful, which you'd be feeling right now. So your financial situations here, Suda, will be like really drastically improving here. If you start working on this right now, I'm here in February too, by the way. I just heard February coming in for you, like 2025. So hope that gave a little insight. Nettie. My name is Annette. Oh, okay. I'm a Pisces. Will I be able to afford my own apartment within the next 6 months? Yes. Yes. Budget your money. So what is this? This is what I keep thinking it's November. Pretty much is. So November, December, January, April is springtime. Yes, springtime. I did hear relocation for you, and I would be really open to where you want to go, because I'm also hearing, by the way, Annette, like a distance, like at a distance, further away distance. It might not be like, your neighborhood. There will be an opportunity coming for you to move away. And I mean, that's your choice, right? And if you do decide to go into that, like that route, it will be very, very successful for you. Like, I'm literally hearing there's a lot more success coming in for you. I'm also hearing you need to know your worth more. When we know our worth, we don't settle. We can compromise ourselves in really uncomfortable ways. And I don't do that. I learned that the hard way. So when you start to devalue yourself, the universe is looking at that, thinking, okay, well, she's not ready yet. But I mean, I'm not just saying that, I'm just saying, look at it, because you have these leadership qualities in you. And I'm hearing, actually, I'm seeing like a wolf around you for some reason. If you're going to be moving to a new place, if it's by nature, or if the complex, like the apartment complex you're looking to move towards, you open up your window or something, or your balcony, and it shows a really, really nice view. It's not like apartment. It's almost like when you open up your doors of your balcony or your windows, you're going to be like, deep fresh in of air, deep fresh out. In with the good, out with the old, out with the old. So I'm seeing it, like, yeah, I'm really liking these trees around me, or it looks more nature, it looks more quiet, something like that. So whenever we want to move again, be very detailed, be very, very specific with, what you want. It's like, if you want an apartment, how many bedrooms, what is the maximum amount of rent? Do you want a parking spot? Like, what neighborhood or area do you want it in? Like all of those things right in there. You know what I mean? All of your needs that you want, make sure it's there, because then those opportunities will come there for you. So I do see that creative energy with you as well. I'm seeing more money coming in. So yeah. Gigi, um, I'm a Libra. Okay. What do my ancestors? Okay, we just said that. Okay, thank you. But I heard that message coming through for you right away, Gigi. No matter what. And I also heard that I know you've been having some difficulties, is what I'm hearing. And I'm also hearing that you're you're trying to let somebody go, or a certain situation go, just really reflect back on that and really see what you learned from that experience, because it's almost like this energy of what happened or something you had went through was a huge transformation for you, a huge, like a wake-up call for you. Because when certain things of tragedies or traumas or things happen to us, there's reasons for everything. Nobody likes to go through that. However, it's like having a near-death experience, and then it wakes us up totally. We change our life completely and utterly. So it's almost like a situation that you had went through. It's like the spirit world did that to open you up more. You're very intuitive and gifted too, by the way, I'm hearing. And something with berries, like if it's strawberries, blueberries, something like that. Um, like natural medicine, natural healing medicines. Berries, of course, is fruit, eating fresh fruit, eating, like stuff like that. But natural healing modalities is something that you're going to get drawn to, I'm hearing, and you'd be really good at it. It's like that natural ability. Like we all have different abilities and talents and gifts and such, right? Like, I could never be a technical person ever, like it's just not me, right? So it's like certain things, it's like, yeah, this is me. This is my calling. This is my purpose. This is what I'm good at. These are my skill tests, skill sets and all of these things, right? I even told that to somebody the other day who I mentioned earlier, who I reached out to, and I'm like, okay, you know what? I could never do your job. Not in a million years. No, I couldn't, right? So we all have our own abilities. We really are, like we really do. So Paula, Jenny, it's Paula. My sign is Virgo. Is the ski town you mentioned North Conway? It could be. I don't know. Like I did hear ski hill or something, and I wasn't sure who it was. It could be. It very well could be, because nobody else has brought that up. So it very well could be you. And I heard that circled, and I'm liking the energy. I'm feeling that energy in a really positive way. Um, could be, could be. Like when I hear words coming out, especially more than once, I say it. And this is also too, by the way, when we hear that little voice, right? If that little voice, that's your inner guru, starts telling you something or directing you towards something, listen to that, right? Because they're like, hey, pay attention to this, you know? It's like, okay, I'm gonna go on a road trip today. And if something tells you, something feels off with that, like I don't know, listen to that. You might not see the whole scope, and then if you might hear about it later on, that there is a like car pile up or weather change or something. It's really important to trust that voice. But when we overthink things too much, you're not going to hear that inner voice. So hope that helped. I don't know. That very well could be for you if you're specifically like ski hill, ski town. Yeah, I would say so. Katie Cat. I like that name. Capricorn, Virgo rising, Leo moon. What can I do to increase my energy level? You need to seriously take time for yourself. I'm hearing you really, really need to take a look at just certain people that are around you, energy around you. You have been for a little while now letting go of different people that were toxic or betrayed you or hurt you, or, just different things like that. Like I take a look at just different people who I've had to let go myself. I never wish them harm, and I'm like, okay, what did I learn from that person? What was my experience? The good, the bad, the ugly. What did my soul show me? What was my lesson? And so on and so on and so on. And when you do that, you move on with more wisdom and more clarity. It's like, what, my journey with that person, let's say, is over. We might reconnect again when they're at a better headspace, let's just say, and all of these things, right? So that's why I'm saying that to you, because it's like there's this energy, there's somebody around you, this energy around you could be, it has a fiery energy, as I'm hearing. You got people dragging you down. You're holding on to things too tightly, too tightly. So when we hold on to something too tightly, we're not seeing clarity because we're too attached to that outcome or person or situation or whatever it is. That it's like, I want it. It's like the phone call I said that I'm expecting at any time. If I'm sitting here looking at my phone every 5 seconds, where is that the phone? Is that the phone? That kind of, blocks things because the energy isn't naturally flowing, right? So really take a look at what you got going on around you. Like I'm just hearing fiery energy sign from somebody around you. Stop overthinking. So, even drink more water, start setting boundaries for yourself. Start setting goals like short-term and long-term goals, be realistic, and really take a look at what's holding you back, what's really restricting you. This week coming up can really change your life for everybody. If you know how to work with these energies. Watch my Cosmic Vibes video, seriously, right? So this is a big week coming up, Katie, for everybody. So really utilize this energy and be honest with yourself of who's draining me. Like getting up in the morning, okay, I'm feeling good. Now I got to go meet somebody. And you meet that person, or you got a phone call coming in, and you were in a really good mood. And then all of a sudden, just by talking to that person, they just bring you down and your day's just done. It's like, oh my God, I'm now just pissed off. Watch the energy who you're interacting with. Because I am hearing a lot of abundance and prosperity is coming towards you as long as you take certain steps, Katie, right? So let go of people who are dragging you down. As I've always said, when you let go of the wrong people, the right people appear, new doors open, new opportunities open. That's what I'm doing. This is all I'm waiting on with something. So letting go of the wrong people, you open up new doors for new opportunities with different things. I mean, it could be anything, right? So Christine, hey Jeni, my name is Christine. Cancer, what do I need to know? Well, ask me a specific question, you guys, right? Like a specific question. I could tell you what do I need to know. Um, that's an open question. So ask me that question there, Christine. Heather, one more time, should I do my medical intuitive healing work locally? Oh, there you go. Yeah, there's that gift that you have in person in my small town or focus more online remote. I want to start doing more about holding off. You could do whatever you want to do, whatever resonates. Like all my work is all virtually. I don't meet anybody in person anymore for many reasons. So all of my sessions are virtually all done by phone call, virtually all of that, because for me, that works best. So it just really comes down to what you feel comfortable with doing. I would take a look at, okay, with what I'm doing with my work, do I have to have things set up to do like a healing one-on-one with somebody? Like if you're using essential oils, let's just say, it depends what healing modalities. And I'm hearing that you are going to learn more about healing modalities as well. Like I literally hear essential oils coming through. So if you are using that, of course, you'd have to see somebody more specifically in person, right? So I would just kind of start off maybe giving it a go. Maybe, like giving it a trial for, maybe I'll kind of start seeing people in person, and I'll also do virtual and see how you like it yourself. Like some people prefer it in person, right? And some people are like, no, it's all virtual, right? So you have to go in your own comfort zone, Heather, right? Sometimes the more sensitive we are, it's harder to see somebody in person, because when that person is holding on a lot of energy that's negative, it can completely and utterly drain you more, especially if it's in person. You know what I mean? So, I mean, I always used to clear myself, of course, after every session that I did with people in person. So I just changed everything myself for many reasons. For me, it works better that way. So you could do either way, really. But I would give them kind of both a little trial. Sometimes we have to give like at a trial basis to see, is this going to work for me, or you know what I mean? Because some people be like, well, like for me, well, Jeni, I just want to see you in person. And I'm like, sorry, and they're like, well, I'll go see somebody else. Well, there's many other people out there you can go see. So that's myself. I did in person for years and years and years and years, and I don't anymore. Because people, when they come over, they have a tendency not to want to leave, right? But anyways, that's another story. So anyways, you guys, now what I'd really like you to do is start, as we're wrapping up here at the end. I can't believe how fast this went. Now, make sure you subscribe to my channel here. I'm on Instagram, Jeni Ji Cousins. Follow me there. I can follow you right back. I also have my photography there if you want to see Jeni Ji Cousins and so on, from certain assignments I've been on and done. And, you know, connect with here as well on my live readings. I go monthly doing live readings. And you're going to know when to kind of pre-book that in your book. If you do want to book a session with me, I give a lot more details because I'm clairvoyant. I hold off here because it's personal and private, of course. So I give more specific details. I read into your energy specifically, whatever messages are coming through from the spirit world. I'm also an animal communicator and do past life akashic records readings. So as I mentioned, I never know what messages are coming through from the spirit world. So you guys really prepare for this upcoming week. As I mentioned, the 1st to the 11th of November is absolutely incredible. Like if this happens where I get this approval today, with where I'm going, like that's exactly the 1st to the 11th, exactly that time when this is going to happen. Every day I will be doing that. So anyways, yeah, so pay attention here for when the next live shows are going to be coming on here, where I'm going to be doing my readings and so on and so on. And even in the new year, right? There's a lot of huge things that are happening in 2025. I always do a yearly prediction video. So I think I did it in December last year for this year, 2024. So I will probably most likely do that again in December